All right, this has been a long time in the making. Shout out to you, Elsa, for keeping STROMAE on my radar to check out. I'm just reading all the notes over from my Discord chat that you were giving me about him, and I've done a ton of research too for today. This is a seriously prolific artist that we're about to break down. I am so excited about this. Let's go. Here's how this is going to work. I'm going to do 2 of the song studies here for you all on YouTube, but this is really a part of a 5-song study that will be available for those of you supporting the channel. The link to the full 5-song study will be down in the description at the time that this hits YouTube. The 2 that are going to go on YouTube are Tous les mêmes and L'Enfer, which apparently he did this debut on a newscast or something. What? And then the full bundle will also include Alors on danse, Formidable, as well as Fils de Joie. I'll break down the lyrics, the vocals, the arrangement, instrumentation. We're going to get into all of it. Okay, brace yourselves. This is going to be exciting. Here we go. We're going to start with STROMAE, Tous les mêmes. And apparently this song is a commentary on relationships, how men complain about women, women complain about men. It's always the same stuff. And it's his take on that. Okay? All right, here we go. Tous les mêmes, 2013.
Vous les hommes êtes tous les mêmes. Macho méchu, monde de nos vies est infidèle.
So this is female perspective.
Je ne suis pas certaine que tu le mérites. Ça avait de la
Not even sure you deserve me. You lucked out that we... The date is fixed for the next Rumble. I like that slide down. Ooh, I love the horns. Reminds me of one of my favorite groups, the Cat Empire. Have you heard of them? Similar sound world on this track.
Cette fois c'était la dernière. Tu peux croire que c'est qu'une crise. Mate une dernière fois mon derrière. Il est à côté de mes valises.
Look at these lyrics.
Tu diras au revoir à ta mère.
He's scratching his butt.
Tu vois même pas tout ce que tu perds. Avec une autre, ce serait pire. Quoi, toi aussi tu veux finir maintenant?
So it's all the female perspective first.
Moi je le disais pour te faire réagir seulement. Toi tu pensais.
Oh, I love the house beat too. I just got goosebumps. Oh my God. Oh, let's go. This dance. It's so creative. Wow. He's a killer dancer too. And pause. What is going on? All right, I bet we're about to get into the male perspective now. Okay, this is exactly as clever as I thought based on the research I was doing. And oh my God. So first of all, like seeing the lyrics, like zoomed out, let's just get the gist of what's going on here, right? It's fascinating. It is exactly what I was talking about. Like, so the song starts with, you know, he's in bed and it's like he's in the middle of he's the personification of the thinking of, I think, what's going to be both people in the couple. And right now we're getting her perspective commenting on the relationship. Oh my God, isn't that brilliant? First of all, like, forget about the music brilliance. Let's just like the concept is so clever. Okay, so now let's talk a little bit about this music. Yeah, so it's perfect. Like right here, the record player. It does have the sound of an old record where, you know, with old records from back in the day, they didn't have the same 20 hertz to 20,000 hertz frequency range potential inside of them, you know, and that's why old records sound thinner. They don't have all the bass down there. They don't have all the high frequencies. It sounds kind of mid-rangey, and that's what this is exactly that sound, like a 1940s record player, but played in the 1940s, you know. And then at that moment, We hear it. And by the way, that's a really cool technique thing. That's a real cool music production technique because it leaves such room for growth. And what it did was it made when the kick drum comes in, when that comes in, it makes it really like, it really hits you hard because he was holding that low frequency so that moment when it hits, it's really impactful. Great opening. And it really helps the delivery. It's like the next element added in is his voice before the expansion. Here comes the voice, right? You hear that bright brassiness in his tone? It's a very fronted sound. And it's not just because he's singing in French. You know, French is a language that has nasal sounds in it. You know, I was an opera singer for lots of years and studied a lot of French, sang a lot of French. I'm not saying my French is good, but I understand the singing aspects of the language. And I have to say, the way he's singing right now here is very fronted, very brassy, not necessarily because of the nasality of French, but more so the brightness of contemporary commercial music singing. And there's a little jazziness in his style of singing too, almost. That French jazz. Hear that brassy, bright, very brassy. So I break down, I've been a vocal coach for the last 26 years, and I created this little chart for you all to help understand vocal technique and things. Because if you think about someone singing in relation to these 7 elements, then you have a really good picture of how they're using their voice. So what he's doing right here, he's very metallic. You see the metal? It's not metal like, raw! That's actually the grit dial. When I say metal, I'm talking about bop, 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 a metallic quality to the tone, which is what he mostly has here. Ba. Hear that bright brassiness? There's a bit of that in the tone. Hear that? Lots of sliding. Like that sliding stuff. How do I reference that in my little thing here? If you go to intervals, an interval is the way that you move between notes. Pop singers, hey, hey, like, pop with a capital P. There's a lot of like, ha, ha, ha. It's very angular. It's like a right angle. See that down there in the intervals? Jazz singers are represented more by that curly Q symbol. Dun, da, da. I'm not saying it's like jazz per se, what he's doing, but some of the vocal styling in the way he's moving between notes, he's kind of sliding into things and sliding out of things. Da, da, da. It's almost like that French cabaret jazz style singing, you know? Yeah! So the chords we have. So here's let's just break down what's happening harmonically. It stays pretty much with these 4 chords most of the time. That's it, yeah. So we're in F minor, B flat minor, second chord. I think it's a G. Is that a G minor? Let me see. Yeah. Yeah, so it's something with that G, but so it's like. Then we have that kick going all the way through later on. So that's the harmonic foundation, which I love because it really gives there's a lot of crazy stuff going on in the music, but that chord progression just kind of going throughout really anchors the emotion, that angsty emotion underneath the song, right? This is so clever. So clever. It really does have, because of that record player, I mean, almost like an old Edith Piaf or something, right? There's a group, one of my, it's in the back of my mind. I have a group that has a similar sound to this, a French artist that I sing all the time. Tanya's my student. Who is it, Tanya, that we do? It'll come to me later. But this is a very similar sound to an artist that one of my students covers all the time. She's an older artist, the French artist from like 20, 30 years ago. I love that little glitchy sound. I promise I'm going to finish the song too. I know I'm kind of all over the place.
Si prévisible, non je ne suis pas certaine que tu le mérites, avez de la chance qu'on vous aime. Dis-moi merci, rendez-vous.
I like there's a little slap strum. Boom. There's like a little, it sounds like there's an acoustic guitar that's doing the slap on 2 and 4, giving that accent. Normally it's like a drum or a clap or a snap, but this is like a slap strum. Hear that? Right there. Now claps are added. I love this melody too. God. The little so cool. You can just take, like, in software, in digital audio workstations like Logic, if you just take the region and you just turn the speed down at the end of the vocal sample or the vocal sound you just did, so it does that. You can also speed up into things too. It's really cool effect. I love these horns. Let's go. I love horns in tracks like this.
Cette fois, c'était la dernière.
I love that little silence right before we go into. So what song form, what's going on? That was kind of like a verse, but we didn't really, did we go to a chorus?
Cette fois, c'était la dernière. Tu peux croire que c'est qu'une crise,
Now the chord progression changed. Now we're on the 4.
Dernière fois mon derrière. Il est à côté de mes valises. Tu diras au revoir à ta mère. Elle qui t'idéalise. Tu ne vois même pas tout ce que tu perds. Avec une autre, ce serait pire. Quoi, toi aussi, tu veux finir maintenant?
So this piano, like...
Avec une autre, ce serait pire. Quoi, toi aussi, tu veux finir maintenant? C'est le monde à l'envers.
What is that instrument? It sounds like a piano, but then it's like...
Serait pire. Quoi, toi aussi, tu veux...
It's kind of like a weird piano, it sounds like. You can do a lot of crazy things with pianos, like putting stuff in them. You can do, take old honky-tonk pianos a little bit out of tune, add some reverb, add the distortion. But there's also another instrument in there, too.
Finir maintenant, c'est le monde à l'envers. Moi, je le disais pour te faire réagir.
It really sounds like a honky-tonk piano out of tune with a little distortion on it.
Seulement, toi, tu pensais. Rendez-vous, rendez-vous, rendez-vous.
This part is catching in my mind. It's really got a sticky rendezvous, rendezvous. Is that the chorus? What is it?
Rendez-vous, rendez-vous, rendez-vous sur moi.
I love his dancing. Wow. It's really a dance track. Wow. Let's keep going.
Facile à dire, je suis gnangnan.
Now it's his perspective.
Que j'aime trop les blablabla, mais non, 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 c'est important. Ce que t'appelles les ragnagnas, tu sais, la vie, c'est des enfants. Et comme toujours, c'est pas le bon moment.
It's never the right time.
Là, tu es prêt.
You can count on, I can count on you for making out and all.
Et pour les élever,
But you're not there for the rest of me, for the kids.
Lorsque je ne serai plus belle, ou du moins au naturel. Arrête, je sais que tu mens. Il n'y a que Kate Moss qui est éternelle. Manche ou belle, c'est jamais bon. Bête ou belle, c'est jamais bon.
So is he back and forth here? Now I'm a little confused. Wait. So we're his perspective for a second.
Facile à dire, je suis gnangnan. Et que j'aime trop les blablabla. Mais non, 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 c'est important. Ce que t'appelles les ragnagnas, tu
it's
sais,
still her
la vie,
perspective.
c'est des enfants. Et comme toujours, c'est pas le bon moment. Ah oui, pour les faire, là, tu es présent. Et pour les élever, il y aura des absents.
Yeah, this is still her perspective, obviously.
Parce que je ne serai plus.
There was a moment where it seemed like I thought it was going to be his perspective now.
Facile à dire, je suis gnangnan.
Like, it's easy to say that I'm full of it, meaning like the guy's perspective or something, but it turns out we're still in her perspective toward the male partner.
Et que j'aime trop les
Because
blabla.
then he pushes him out of bed.
Mais non, 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 c'est important.
Yeah, so we're
Ce
still
que
in.
t'appelles les ragnagnas, tu
Yeah, because you're calling it girl shit. It's life. It's kids. Yeah, this is her perspective.
sais, la vie, c'est des enfants. Et comme toujours, c'est pas le bon moment. Ah oui, pour les faire, là, tu es présent. Et pour les élever, il y aura des absents. Lorsque je ne serai plus belle, ou du moins naturelle.
I love the little. It's kind of like a Jamaican, like a steel drum. It's got a weird, very high-pitched steel drum sample. Does it even go that high? I guess they do. Yeah, that's a steel drum. Only Kate Moss can make the grade. That's a comment on the expectations of the looks of female, like that we have such high expectations of the beauty aesthetic for female gender. Like this is a commentary on that, I think. And body, body shape and stuff. Oh, that call and response there. This is wild. That's the chorus. That's the chorus. That time of month, is it? See the choreography? Wow. The choreography feels symbolic even. Are we going to get his perspective? Or is this just her perspective? Wow! That dance! Very creative.
Tous les mêmes, tous les mêmes, tous les mêmes, et y en a marre. Tous les mêmes, tous les mêmes, tous les mêmes, et y en a marre. Tous les mêmes, tous les mêmes, tous les mêmes, et y en a marre. Tous les mêmes, tous les mêmes,
Wow.
tous les mêmes.
It really does. What a groove. I love that bass there too. Listen. It sounds like an acoustic bass, like an upright bass, but with very thwappy plucking of the string with a little bit of like weird EQ or distortion on it. Hear that? Oh, I love the claps there. So, okay. This is not mainstream, even though it is mainstream, which is paradoxical, right? I've been an American vocal coach now for 26 years, and I started doing reacting on YouTube, and it's really been kind of what happened was it pierced the veil and opened me up to the world, literally a whole world of music that I haven't been listening to. None of my students have listened to. Nobody, like, it's really an interesting bubble, musically speaking, being in the American music scene, because it's very easy to miss stuff like this going on in the world. This song has almost 500 million views from 12 years ago, and I guarantee you none of my students have heard of STROMAE at all. None of them. I mean, not that there aren't people, of course, in the States that know of STROMAE, but I'm just saying that there is a lot going on in the world, musically speaking, that is not being seen by humans in the part of the world that I live in right now. And it's just created such an incredible discovery of music that's happening. And like, this is innovative. This is, to me, from my perspective, this is avant-garde. This is provocative. This would fall, if this were an American artist, this would fall in the like indie. It feels like an indie avant-garde experimental artist. That's what it feels like. But what I get a kick out of so much is, like, this is the kind of music that I love personally. I like to push out. I like experimental. I like provocative. And that were 500 million other people that are into such provocative art, it just gives me so much hope and excitement about the world of music. And that also, like, I'm breaking out and I'm getting to explore all of this music. So a lot of this channel is about you guys like going, what, Tim, you don't know this yet? And I'm fine with that. You know, I'm here to discover this with you all. Oh my God, that song. I love the chord progression. The vocal use was very appropriate. Very like jazzy Frenchy jazzy cabaret throwback stuff. All that kind of crooner stuff going on. Brassy. The perspective was fascinating. It really did feel more like it's about the female perspective to the male perspective. Maybe I got that wrong over here. And you're going to have to help me out. I feel we could just spend all day breaking this song down.
Facile à dire, je suis.
But we're going to leave it there. Let me know in the comments what I missed, what you know. I feel I'm already 20 minutes in, and I feel like I could just keep going on that one. So, all right, let's move on. Next song we have is L'Enfer. L'Enfer is, it means hell. Yeah, it means hell. Okay. So this is from 2022. This is for a few years ago. And the album is Multitude. And the L'Enfer means hell. And it's about suicidal thoughts and his mental health crisis. And he had explicit acknowledgement of suicidal ideation set against minimal electronic music. Okay. The song breaks the public silence STROMAE kept during his 5-year disappearance. What is that? Hold on, let me see, because I have more info about him up here. I see. So from 2015 to 2021, there was an anti-malarial Larium side effect. Larium? Is that how you say that? Side effect after a Rwanda trip triggered panic attacks and severe mental health collapse. Oh my God. It's crazy. This reminds me of Ren a little bit with Lyme disease stuff. It's like, and then he put it into his art. Wow. If you haven't checked out Ren, then you're in for a world of amazing music too. Okay, so then this was, wow, talk about powerful impact, like putting what he's going through out publicly. So, okay. So this was something that Elsa, shout out to you, and Eric, another member of my community that really wanted me to check that one out. Holy cow. Okay, let's give this a go. This is L'Enfer. Now, it's a live performance from TV News on TF1. So we'll watch. I guess there's an interview too as well in the beginning.
On va maintenant parler de votre album qui s'appelle Multitude et vous y avez mis des influences des 5 continents. Vous avez utilisé des instruments, des rythmes sud-américains, asiatiques, africains. Est-ce que c'est un hommage un peu à la culture globe-trotter transmise par votre maman? On sait qu'elle vous a beaucoup fait voyager.
Elle nous a fait beaucoup voyager en sac à dos et d'ailleurs oui, on a voyagé au Mali, on a voyagé au Mexique. On a voyagé vraiment partout et elle a toujours eu cette envie d'aller voir ailleurs, quoi. Et moi, de la même manière, pour cet album, j'avais envie d'aller chercher des grooves. En fait, un truc que j'aime beaucoup faire, c'est vraiment chercher des grooves différents.
I love the groove of that last
song.
Un
violon chinois qu'on appelle les rues.
Interesting.
Un clavecin mélangé avec du baile funk brésilien. Et moi, c'est ça que j'adore
faire.
He's a
global artist.
L'idée, c'était vraiment de prendre des inspirations partout, mais sans pouvoir pointer un pays du doigt. Parce que j'avais pas envie d'avoir un morceau bolivien, un morceau congolais, un morceau rwandais. J'avais vraiment envie de mélanger plein de choses.
D'où le titre Multitude.
Exactement.
Vous êtes multiples.
Voilà. Je pense qu'on est tous multiples. Plein de personnages différents, on a plein de personnalités différentes et on n'est pas résumé à un carcan, à une case.
Yeah,
Alors justement, si vos chansons ont un tel succès, c'est sans doute parce qu'elles nous interpellent.
This is a real deal artist who's, you know, what does that mean when I say a real deal artist? Sometimes as an artist, you can get caught up in stuff that's not about expression. It's about, you know, any other thing in the world. It could be about making money. It could be about making sure people like you. It could be about trying to find a partner. I mean, you could really use your art for all sorts of purposes. The highest purpose for art is for an artist is to become a conduit of expression for others, to channel the meaning, to channel something, to have something to say for others through you and through your art, right? Like that's the highest level of art. It's very selfless to do that, to be an artist like that, right?
Tous. Vous mettez en musique nos travers, nos contradictions, et je dois dire que c'est toujours assez sans concession. Vous n'êtes pas tendre, ni avec vous, ni avec nous.
Non, c'est vrai. Mais ouais, c'est ma façon à moi de. C'est comme ça que je vois la musique. C'est vrai qu'on définit souvent ma musique comme. J'ai souvent une musique plutôt joyeuse avec des thématiques un peu plus sombres, un peu plus tristes. Et je pense que c'est un peu comme ça que je vois la vie, quoi. C'est qu'elle n'est pas complètement blanche, elle n'est pas complètement noire. Il y a des moments difficiles, des moments plus joyeux.
He's talking about all the gray area in life, you know, all that middle area where things are not so cut and dry.
Alterné, il n'y a pas de haut sans bas, il n'y a pas de bas sans haut. Et c'est la vie.
Vous avez aussi, pendant ces temps, lutté contre un certain mal-être. Vous en parlez d'ailleurs sans détour. Dans vos chansons, vous parlez aussi beaucoup de solitude. Est-ce que la musique vous a aidé à vous en libérer?
Je suis pas tout seul à être tout seul.
What? And he just goes right into it. Okay, I'm going to shut up, and we're going to do that again and just listen right through. But oh my God, I've never seen anyone do anything like this before.
Dans ces temps, lutter contre un certain mal-être. Vous en parlez d'ailleurs sans détour. Dans vos chansons, vous parlez aussi beaucoup de solitude. Est-ce que la musique vous a aidé à vous en libérer?
Je suis pas tout seul à être tout seul. Ça fait déjà ça de moins dans la tête. Et si je comptais combien on est? Beaucoup. Tout ce à quoi j'ai déjà pensé.
Right into the camera.
Dire que plein d'autres y ont déjà pensé. Mais malgré tout, je me sens tout seul. Du coup, j'ai parfois eu des pensées suicidaires et j'en suis peu fier. On croit parfois que c'est la seule manière de les faire taire. Ces pensées qui me font vivre un enfer. Ces pensées qui me font vivre un enfer.
Whoa! This is one of the craziest things I've ever seen.
Est-ce qu'il y a que moi qui ai la télé et la chaîne culpabilité? Mais faut bien changer les idées. Pas trop quand même, sinon ça repart vite dans la tête. Et c'est trop tard pour que ça s'arrête. C'est là que j'aimerais tout oublier.
These doubled voices, so cool.
Du coup, oui, j'ai parfois eu des pensées suicidaires et j'en suis peu fier.
The production sounds.
On croit parfois que c'est la seule manière de les faire taire.
Those percussive sounds.
Qui me font vivre un enfer. Puis ces pensées qui me font vivre un enfer.
He's so vulnerable. He's so raw emotion. Look, he's not showing, he's just being. He's just feeling it. I have goosebumps again. Jesus.
Tu sais, j'ai mûrement réfléchi et je sais vraiment pas quoi faire de toi. Justement, réfléchir, c'est bien le problème avec toi. Tu sais, j'ai mûrement réfléchi et je sais vraiment pas quoi faire de toi. Justement, réfléchir, c'est bien le problème avec toi.
This music! So provocative. This is so wild.
Merci STROMAE pour ce si beau cadeau. Ce titre qui s'appelle L'Enfer, il est sur votre album. Vous ne l'aviez jamais encore chanté en public. Merci infiniment pour votre sincérité.
Or is this all like a video? Did this really happen? Was there like a newscast and this actually happened on it? Are you... Oh my God. I mean, I have to say, the only other artist that I can think about who has done this level of provocative thing, this type of provocative thing, again, is Ren. This reminds me of Ren's level of provocativeness, I guess. And it's not surprising, Elsa, that you also are a big Renegade Ren fan. It's, it leaves you like some of the greatest art out there, some of the best sort of most influential art. It puts you in a weird state, an uncomfortable state. It takes, like when I'm watching the news, I'm not thinking of art like this. When I'm thinking of art like this, I'm not thinking about a news thing, right? And to take and put them together, it creates this, what does it create? It creates this sense of, a deeper sense of vulnerability somehow. And I don't exactly know why, but it does.
Vous a aidé à vous en libérer.
And there's just that moment. She's just like, did music help you free yourself from it?
Vous en libérer.
And then he answers her like this.
Je suis pas tout seul à être tout seul.
I'm not alone in feeling all alone. And notice it's, we have this, starting in a, we're in D minor. We have this this accent on the offbeat.
Ça fait déjà ça de moins dans la tête.
This sort of melancholy minor piano. Whatever we're in D minor.
Si je comptais combien on est. Beaucoup. Tout ce à quoi j'ai déjà pensé. Dire que plein d'autres y ont déjà pensé. Mais mal.
And then these lyrics, I mean, but even that doesn't help me feel less alone, right? Everything I've been thinking about, but even that doesn't help me feel alone. Look, notice in his performing here, this is again a case study in appropriate vocal use and being a selfless artist who's kind of channeling something to say for others. Notice what he's not doing right here. Notice how he's not doing anything other than just feeling what the words mean and connecting to the actual meaning of the words as they're coming out of his mouth. He's not overly animating his face. He's not trying to do 10 different things with his voice to make it sound cool. He's not doing any weird stuff like that. He's just being vulnerable and open, very simple vocally, very simple expressively, very simple with his facial expression. And notice how impactful it is, right? You can just be real, and that is enough, because the whole thing is moving other people with your art. I'm moved, right? You only need to be appropriate to the art.
Malgré tout, je me sens tout seul.
It really has that throw. It really does have like an Edith Piaf, like a very French style of music too.
Du coup,
like that. And now the instrumentation comes in, and we've got unconventional percussive sounds being used for the rhythmic accenting.
j'ai parfois eu des pensées.
Sounds like a bunch of keys just being dropped in a hand on beats 2 and 4.
Du coup, j'ai
Hear that?
parfois eu des pensées suicidaires et j'en suis peu fier. On croit parfois que c'est.
Sometimes you feel it'd be the only way to silence. So I've considered suicide a few times, and I'm not proud. Oh my God.
Suicidaire et j'en suis peu fier.
And notice how he delivered it. It was very detached. Detached is an emotion. It's an emotional state, right? It's like you're numb. It's like he has a sense of numbness in the performance. It's not like he's not feeling the despair deeply in this, or at least if he is feeling the despair, it's not outwardly being performed. It's like there's almost a numbness or something in the way he's singing, and his face here a little.
Crois parfois que c'est la seule manière de les faire taire. Ces pensées qui me font vivre un enfer. Ces pensées qui me font vivre un enfer.
And his voice is very, he's not doing a lot of he's not doing he's not doing any weird crazy stuff. He's very he's right in the middle lower part of his voice. Just very conversational range with a not crazy fancy melody. So what does it do? It forces us into the words. It forces us into connecting to what he's talking about. Oh, I love those little glitchy stuttering effects, that gated stuttering effect. It brings a little bit of modern music production element into this. Oh. Oh. And then that chorus. Yeah, 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 yeah. It's so emotional. And he's just looking at the camera. And then he's saying all of it right into the camera is also part of the potency of this expression. Oh.
Est-ce qu'il y a que moi qui ai la télé et la chaîne culpabilité? Mais faut bien changer les idées.
I love the harmony there. I got distracted by the vocals. I wasn't reading, like, getting into the lyrics. That vocal doubling there, that subtle, is so beautiful.
Est-ce qu'il y a que moi qui ai la
Am I the only
télé
one with the TV on?
et la chaîne culpabilité?
The guilt trip
Mais
show.
faut bien changer les idées.
You should change the channel.
Pas trop quand même, sinon ça.
That little moment.
Et les idées. Pas trop quand même, sinon ça repart vite dans la tête. Et c'est trop tard pour que ça s'arrête. C'est là que j'aimerais tout oublier. Du coup,
Commentary on society.
oui, j'ai parfois eu des pensées suicidaires.
I think that's the chorus of the song right there.
J'en suis peu fier.
Wow.
On croit parfois que c'est la seule manière.
Using art to transmute pain and suffering in general. Beautiful. Again, reminds me of Ren so much.
De les faire taire. Ces pensées qui me font vivre un enfer.
This vulnerable artistry.
Puis ces pensées qui me font vivre un enfer.
Then that hip-hop beat with a chorus and the glitching. Let's go. Badass. Oh! Goosebumps again. Jeez, he's killing me.
Tu sais, j'ai mûrement
I've
réfléchi.
pondered the issue.
Et je sais vraiment pas quoi faire.
I really
de toi.
don't know what to do.
Justement, réfléchir. C'est bien le problème avec toi. Tu sais, j'ai mûrement réfléchi.
He gets more passionate
Et
here.
je sais vraiment pas quoi faire de toi. Justement, réfléchir.
Considered the
C'est
issue.
bien le problème avec toi.
This is potent. This is potent art. There's nothing else to say about it. That's it. I am just blown away by this. I'm blown away by him. I'm like, oh, okay. Boy, I went deep. 2 songs in. I still have 3 more to go. 3 more. I'm so excited. Oh my God. What is next? What are we doing next? Alors on danse. Okay. I've got some notes on this one. Wow. Wow. All right. Thanks for watching. If you're seeing this on YouTube, I'm going to continue on. And now, like I said, I'm going to be checking out Alors on danse, Formidable, as well as Fils de Joie. Right now, we'll continue this video on. For those of you supporting the channel, the link will be down in the description to the full uncut video if you want to come watch the rest of this. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. This is the way my channel works is it's all about creating community, and I have so many. The majority of my music is over on Patreon, so the link is down there. We're watching shows throughout the week. This is my schedule. I will also I have a schedule for what's coming. I would love to study STROMAE more. If you want to come influence and keep him on my radar, come on over and join the community. All the links are down there. Okay. All right. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in my next one. Cheers. Okay, everybody.